Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the problem middle of 3. So it is a difficulty basic question. So the question is given three distinct numbers a, b and c. So we need to find the number with a value in the middle. So try to do it with minimum comparisons. The kind of note they give. So if we see the example to understand better, the value of ABC are 978, 518, 300. So if you observe the three values, the value which occurs in between of other two values is 518. So the answer is 518, like that. Similarly with the second input also, the 200 lies between the 162 and the 934. And same with the third example. So we need to solve this program in the big of 1 complexity. So basically without using any kind of loops and also no extra space. We can just use some simple variables if needed. So how to solve this program? Let us discuss. If you see the first example, the example was, we can see A is equals to 978, B is equals to 518, and C is equals to 300. So A is equals to 978, B is equals to 518 and C is equals to 300. Now if you observe in this example, so we can see actually the output they gave is the answer we need to get, that is 518, 978 in the middle, 300. So the output will be 518. So like that. Now if we keep one logic like that, we check with each value like that. If A is in between B and C, or then this means A is the answer. But we check this condition with the other three also. So if B is same in between the A and C, then B is answer. And similarly, if C is between B and A, or A and B, the order is not important. So C is answer. So this is how we are going to do. So A, B, C. So we check A with both A, B and C. So if it is in between, then A is the answer. Or we can also check A, B and C with this kind of thing, like, so if A lies between A and C, B, so B is the output. So another case can be A, B, C. Sorry. So we check with A, if not we check with B, we check with A, if not we check with B, If not, with last we check with C. So C, if between A and B, then C is the output. So this is what these 3 steps we are going to do. So the same logic is going to be applied in this now. So now what we discussed, we check each value with other 2 values. So what was the first condition? We check with A and B, and A if less than B, A less than C. It may be one case, but what if there is a other kind of values, such as if in this example we see A is less than B and A is, it should be greater than, because A should be in the middle, so A is greater than C. So in this case C is going to be the minimum value and B is going to the maximum value. But what if the minimum values and the maximum value were interchanged? So let us say if B, in this the first condition of the A, so B is the max value, C is the min value. So if B is the min value and C is the max value, then we also need to handle that case also. So either A will be always in the middle if this condition is true, but if A and B or B and C, if the min max and values, if they are interchanged, so we need to handle that kind of a case also. So A is greater than B. So in this case what will be the output? It is written A. So that means A is the middle element. So else if let us say that A is not the middle element, so we need to check same with the B. So if B is greater than A, means B is greater than the min value and B is less than C, so B is less than the max value. Or also if B is greater than C and B is less than A, means either the min and max ranges are interchanged also, our condition have to be handling that. So if A and B both are not the middle elements, then obviously it is going to be the C value. So now if you see the sample test case is passed, so we can see all the test cases are passed. We are checking with the minimal comparisons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we are comparing 8 times. So analyzing the complexity, we didn't use or declare any extra space, so there is obviously big O of 1 space. But coming to the time, this line takes only one time of execution, so big O of 1. Similarly, this is also the same condition and this is also the same condition. So obviously time is big O of n plus big O of n plus big O of n 1, which is also big O of 1. Space is also big O of 1 because we didn't use any extra space. So if you compare, the time and space are matching with our code complexities. So kindly go and practice this problem, the middle of 3. The problem link is given in the description. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos.